Log Furniture How-To, the most all-inclusive site on the net for log and rustic furniture, fixtures, and decor. That's logfurnitureHowTo.com.
Hey YouTube, check it out. Welcome to our weekly live event. My name's Mitchell Dillman. This is my friend and helper, Alex Fall.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
You got us out here working on this weekly project. We've been doing a lot of stuff this week, but this project right here is the one we're featuring this week. It's a cool two-tiered plant stand made from trees that we got right out of the Waldo Canyon fire. We took time this week to document the whole process step by step in a really cool video. In fact, let me show you the close-up picture of this real quick, and then we're going to jump right into the video. Check this out. So as we get started here, you can see a little bit of the material we've got left to work with. And right here is a little blue spruce that our customer had growing right outside her side window, and here's some of the oak we had left over from the little oak tree she had. We've also got a handful of pennies here that our customer saved after the fire. She wanted to know if we could come up with some creative ways to use them. So let's take a look here and see what we can come up with. Alright, so I've spent a little time checking all this stuff out. I think I've come up with a pretty good plan. We're going to set some of this stuff aside for later. We're going to take these three pieces right here and make us a cool plant stand. Check it out. So the first thing we're going to want to do as we get started is to take time to knock off some of this heavily charred wood. Because if we don't do it now, it's just going to fall off later and make a mess. Now, even though it may take a little more time, I found that if you use a wire brush and a scraper for this, you'll be able to take off all this heavily burned wood and still leave a lot of the character. And if you want to get it done in a hurry, get yourself an angle grinder and a wire wheel. That'll do it. So the next thing we got to do is get out our tape measure and make a few marks and get this thing cut. And if we mark this thing just right, I think we'll be able to use this bottom piece for something else. All right, so let's get this thing cut. Alrighty then. Let's head on back inside. Alright, so the next step's pretty simple. It's time for us to start figuring out how we're going to make all this come together. We're obviously going to use these as little shelves. And then we got to get a base or foot system to hold all this up. I think we're going to do that out of steel. Like this 3/4 by 1.5 inch rectangular tubing we get from our friends at kingmetals.com. Alright, let's get this thing on over there and see about getting it mounted. Alright, let's set this thing up, and the next step we've got these plates we're going to fasten to it. And these little metal plates are a simple yet effective way for us to easily mount these logs as our little shelves. So all that's left is to take time to dado out the bottom of these so they sit down on here nice and tight. So we'll start right here in the middle and work our way out. Well, there you go. It's just that simple. That's how we did it. You can see here these tops, they just fit right on, and then we'll screw them in from the bottom. There's one more thing though that we didn't show you in that video, and that's how I textured the legs or the feet on this thing. Here's a little picture we've got right after I finished welding them. Alex, why don't you show them that close-up picture of it too? So you may remember at the beginning of that video, we talked about these pennies that I got from my customer that she saved after the fire right out of her basement. So there's one thing that we're still going to do, and we're going to do it right after today's show, and that's we're going to inlay these pennies right in this top and then seal them in with this high gloss epoxy finish. So we're going to document all of that right after the show with another video. So you're going to want to be sure to click subscribe right now. Mark your calendars and come on back this same time next week for a regular project video. We're going to show you how to apply liquid epoxy finish to any tabletop. So that's our show for today. We appreciate you taking time to watch. This has been Mitchell Dillman. I'm going to let Alex take us out.
Hey guys, just wanted to take a minute and thank our sponsors over at King Metals and Skybeam, because without them, none of this would be possible. Thanks for watching.